of all time is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. It's the third in a trilogy from her, and it's my favorite book ever. It's actually where I got the name Tessa for my books, before I knew I would be publishing them or anything. But there's just something about all of those characters in that world that I can read it over and over and over and over, and it never gets old. And every time I have that same emotion, and even when I'm stuck and I can't figure out what I should write, I read this over just for my own inspiration, and I love that book so much. I would say it would be You by Carolyn Kepnes, who is my friend, but I read the book before I knew her, so I really love it. It's not just because she's my friend. It's just so good, and when I found it, I thought it was romance because it was being marketed sort of as romance, and I was reading it and I was like, this is getting creepy. And then when it actually became a thriller, it's so brilliant. It's just so well written and funny, but it's just so good. Well, Clockwork Princess is mostly romance, but it's more fantasy. So I would probably say The Bronze Horseman. It's a historical romance, World War II. It's set in Russia, and it's this American soldier who is pretending to be. It's really, I can't really say without spoilers, but everyone should read it because it follows them their whole life from 16 till their 80s, and it's just, I literally have a tattoo of the character's name, so it's such a good romance. Right now it's a tie, but I always usually say William Herondale from Cassandra Clare's books, but then this Alexander Barrington is his name in Russian, so I would say it's a tie between those two. I would say R.K. Lilly. Her In Flight series is like, whoa, okay. Every scene, you're just like, okay, she takes like the normal like erotic scene and it's just like, whoa. The Infernal Devices series, the one I keep talking about with Cassandra Clare, it's like the best but worst love triangle because usually in love triangles I can hate one of them and it makes it impossible for this, and it's such a the love triangle is so hard in that book. There's so many of them, but I would say I would love to see The Bronze Horseman made, just because, especially now with the way the world is in this climate with politics and all of these things, I think it would be a nice reminder of how not to get to that point again. I think it would be amazing. I would say Cassandra Clare's Infernal Devices, but it's such a complicated world that it's really hard. Even with the show and the movie they made from another series of hers, they can't ever quite get it right because I think it's just almost too good for adaptation. Right now is The Second Stars, just because I'm like knee deep in it, and it's been really emotional and just like hard, but in a good way. And the fourth after book.